As someone who spends their time looking at wildlife, finding the wonder in all living things, I find myself somewhat captivated by this SpecSnickers and his Crashout. Among all of God's creations, so few in the animal kingdom crash out the way man does. So few do it with such finesse and bullshittery is this magnificent creature. I don't know when, or even if, we'll see this level of Spurge crash out again. But, for the entertainment value it brought, I really do hope we do.
We're doing a documentary on First Squadron, and we need you to make some frank comments about First Squadron and SpecSnipers, so we can put it into our war documentary movie.
You want the frankest comment that I can possibly make? I think I know almost everybody in the PvP community and have worked with them in one way, shape, or form at some point in time, and I've never heard of them.
I'm sorry, man.
Tell me what your thoughts are about PvP in the Star Citizen community and the effects of cope and mold, and especially denial of PvP losses on the PvP community culture.
3 AM crashouts from SpecSnipers or something, like, I don't know, like, I can't pretend to know exactly what he's doing about that or whatever. You know, nav shield cycling is not really like something that people want to do, and it's very kind of lame. I think that cope and loss in the Star Citizen community is a necessary evil. I think that it's going to happen more, especially when there's more things to lose. So, fuck.
How many GN guys speak Russian? 0. They are all Ukrainian supporters. GN victory.
Spedsnickers is a pathological liar. He's constantly claiming that GrieferNet fabricates everything, and that everything is a psyop, and all we do is lie. And you can see time and time again that he's actually said all of these things. He wants to claim that we are just, inciting and spying to win and everything, but when you go into his DMs, you can see plainly that this is actually what he said. I don't know why he has such a hard time taking accountability for what he says, and I also don't know what Russia and Ukraine have to do with Star Citizen.
I screwed it up, Comanche.
Anyways, I have a fulfilling Friday ahead of me. GN, not taking a fight because they don't have inside information. Haha.
Everything is espionage, and he's always being incited, and there's so many double agents. You go into his DMs and you can see him trying to get people to turncoat on GrieferNet on a regular basis.
How would that's really meta, like, to me I feel like that's really metagamey and fucking just kind of shitty, because you're kind of metagaming there, because like you're not using anything in game to get the information on where an event will be. You're using outside information that you haven't been invited to, that you haven't signed up for. You're just using outside sources that are not in game to metagame to get to people's information and location in game, and using the stream to know like where we are.
If you count them ambushing on 890 jump when I wasn't there, sure we fought. At 388 River Grit, or inciting comms during the last fight.
Let me do the whole thing again.
Kind of like, what would you do if someone caught on video in 4K one of your guys in a Polaris shield cycle like 19 times in one fight?
Oh, I would probably yell at him, be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? You know it's a known bug, right? They would probably cope and say, oh, well, they did it to us. And I'm like, yeah, but you could be better than that. You shouldn't have to be shield cycling to defeat these guys, right? You should be looking to call other support or doing something else, things like that.
They're a bunch of bobs.
I got an email from them warning me about code of conduct. The very night that you guys couldn't kill my Polaris, and I asked them why, and they told me that Yurt submitted a screenshot, as did a bunch of you guys. MASH reported me because you're a bunch of little girls that couldn't kill me. Very upset.
Spy? then you do the morphing.
Yeah, I PvP'd those First Squadron guys. They're a bunch of bobs. But afterwards is when the real beatdown begins. Completely unwilling to accept that they lost. Constant cope. It's really embarrassing. Like, I would expect better if you're like the fucking guys who like want to be first at something. What, you're the first to fucking mauled out? You've just really written it badly.
Griefernet was so salty that we took the Hathor run a few nights ago that they tried to fight me in a Polaris for a solid 40 minutes before I dipped to repair. After which, they went ahead and mass reported on CIG that I called them names after they use every slur in the book, LMFAO. Honestly, you guys have really taken the next step in continuing the pathetic trend. You had 3 Corsairs and almost 10 fighters on me for just about an hour and couldn't kill me. I'm really glad that ramming isn't a thing anymore, because that was the only thing that you guys can do in the past. Please don't ever complain again about people reporting you, because going forward I've instructed my guys to report you for breaking TOS on a daily basis.
And mauled.
My introduction to SpecSniper in First Squadron was when the org I'm a part of fought him at the executive hangar in Pyro. With only 3 people, we beat 7 First Squadron members so quickly that SpecSniper incorrectly assumed we had inside info on his group. When I denied this claim, he threatened to hit me IRL, and also kicked a member from his own org out of suspicion. Our second encounter with SpecSniper in First Squadron was over one of the new Hathor mining lasers, in which 2 of us defeated a group of 6. Even with video evidence available after our fight, he made false claims regarding how it played out. He isn't someone I would ever trust the word of, nor is he as skilled as he claims.
At least I don't report people to CIG when your own org violates TOS every 5 minutes, LMAO.
So, as a veteran of the Space Wars, I've seen Spurge before, witnessed the death of IQs, and I've heard many a Crashout in my time. But goddamn holy fuckballs, that SpecSnicker's Crashout was legendary. It was the WMDs of IQ destruction. I think we're all casualties and, sadly, a bit stupid for it. The crash was so hard it sent ripples across the discords and will go down in the annals of history. Spedsnickers. What a sight. What an event.
You know, a big part of this game is chat PvP. We see it all the time, whether you're on the Care Bear side or the PvPer side. You go to chat, you talk shit, you return shit. It's natural. It's a natural part of games, and especially a natural part of this game. But there is a special kind of person who just cannot help themselves. A certain group gets in their skin, lives rent-free in their mind, and they have to go to an entirely different Discord that they don't own. They're not a part of the group. They go into the chat at 3 o'clock in the morning and just spurge out, melt down, have a crash out, whatever you want to say. And honestly, it's a fucking joke. If you're going to do that, you have to remember that 1, it's going to look bad on you. 2, people are going to screenshot and record everything that you say. It's the fucking internet. And 3, just why? How about you go back in the fucking game and you take care of the situation yourself, and then you make a retaliation video of the propaganda video that you saw, instead of taking it into someone else's Discord and putting your Care Bear spurginess on display for the whole world to see. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
You guys went to the next level of pathetic, going to cry to CIG after you guys break TOS on an hourly basis, LOL. I have no problem playing that game. Let's see who gets banned more. I guarantee you it won't be my guys. Molding. I spent 10 minutes tops clipping those videos to show that half of it was bullshit.
Je le connais pas trop, mais les seules fois où je l'ai vu parler, c'était pour esquiver des duels avec Nox et justifier le fait qu'il triche en faisant du knife cycle avec la Polaris. Donc voilà quoi.
Next time, just tell them to fuck off.
No, I wouldn't stoop to their level.
Sped shitter. What can I even say about that guy? Look, while it can be fun to make fun of the mentally handicapped, there comes a point when it stops being funny and starts getting sad. Not for us though, but for him. You see, this isn't about PvP anymore. This is about watching a man come apart at the seams. You lose a few fights and suddenly your org's full of spies? You're up at night dissecting comm logs like there's some sort of betrayal letter? That's not strategy, dude. That's just pure delusion. And the best part about all this? Every time he loses, it's not just a death logged on tracker. It's a fracture. A crack in that cheap little mask that he wears. The one that says, "I'm a real leader," when all he really is afraid. Afraid to admit that he's not good enough. afraid to face the truth, that maybe it was never sabotage, never backstabs, never bad luck. Maybe it's just, he's not built for this. So now he lashes out, not at enemies, at allies, at ghosts, at the reflection in the canopy glass, looking for someone to blame, anyone but the one staring back. And that, my friends, is the real tragedy, isn't it? Not that he lost, but that he can't accept it. He can't handle it. So yeah, laugh all you want, but I don't. I just shake my head and whisper, GG close, Sped. GG close.
And mauled.
I'm breaking off.
Okay.
I'm disengaging right now. I'm out of there.